Good morning, good morning. Let me adjust this list a little bit. There we go. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be live this morning here from beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. I'm freezing my butt off. I'm sure in New Orleans it feels a little better. I'm excited to join y'all there next week. All right, let's get seated on the mat. I'll introduce myself in case you don't know me. My name is McKensie. I am the founder of NOLA Vibe Yoga and Bride Vibe Yoga, and now newly Vibe Yoga Retreats. So part of this Free Flow Friday that we're doing is so we can promote our upcoming yoga retreat in Tulum. It's this January 22nd to 26th, 2025. We would love for y'all to start your new year off with us. It'll be myself and my best friend and NOLA Vibe Yoga co-founder, Baye Tilson, and she is who inspired me to become a yoga instructor. So I know that y'all are gonna love her. She is going to be teaching class next Friday. So save or subscribe, I guess is what we should say. We're so new to all of this. Subscribe, and I'll send out a new link next week so that y'all can flow with Baye. Let's get started. We're gonna get started lying on our backs. Ooh, I do wanna mention, excuse me, if you do wanna listen to music during class, if that's how you prefer to flow, I shared a Spotify playlist in the description for class. So go ahead and pull that up. You should be able to, if you're watching on your phone, you can pull that up on your computer or vice versa. And yeah, I just saw a text message pop up on my phone. Hopefully that doesn't mess us up here. All right, let's finally get started. If you've got that yoga playlist on Spotify, go ahead and press play in 3, 2, 1. And again, we'll just come to lie on our backs, finding a Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet can come together. The knees will come out wide. And then bring one hand to your heart and the other hand to your belly. And just to start to tune in with your breath. It's Friday morning. We have the weekend ahead of us. Potentially one last work day. But for the next 45 minutes, what we have is a yoga practice. So I want you to let all expectation for the weekend, all expectation for the rest of the day melt away. I want you to be fully present and fully dedicate yourself to the practice on your mat. Find a breath in, fill up. Find an open mouth exhale. And we'll start to move that breath to a 3-part breath. So first, inhale through the belly. Feel that hand on the belly rise. Inhale through the chest. Feel the hand on the chest rise. And then take an extra sip at the top. Hold the air in the throat. And then open your mouth, exhale. A 3-part breath again, just like that. Inhaling through the nose, sealing the lips, belly, chest, throat, open mouth, exhale. One last time. Find your inhale, belly, chest, throat, open mouth, exhale. And then seal the lips. Start to find the natural cadence of the breath. Not forcing it on the inhale, not forcing it on the exhale, but paying mind to the breath. Feel its energizing power and feel its rooting power. The best way to connect yourself to this moment and free your mind of external factors is to focus on the breath. Let it root you on your mat. Find 4 more rounds of breath on your own, taking it slow, taking it intentional. After that last round of breath, bring your hands to the outsides of your knees, close your legs like a book, and then hug everything in. Maybe you hug your forehead into your knees, squeezing everything in like a ball. containing all of that power. And then release long on the mat. Toes reach to the bottom, fingertips to the top. Interlace the fingers and then press the palms away from you. A nice big good morning stretch here. Breath in, breath out. Take your left wrist in your right hand and draw that left wrist to the upper right corner of the mat. As you do that, cross the left leg, the left ankle rather, over the right, and take those heels over to the right corner of the mat. You'll find this nice long side body stretch through the left side body. Big breath in. Exhale, come back through center. Grab that right wrist with the left hand this time. Stretch up and over to the right corner of the mat. Right ankle crosses over the left. Draw the left heels to the left corner and find your side body stretch. I like to call this my banana pose. Come back through center. Hug the right knee in and keep the fingers interlaced. Take them around that right shin. And then point and flex the right toes. Feel that fire up the right hamstring. Pull the right knee up and in towards the right armpit. And then easy spinal twist. Let the right knee come over to the left side of the mat. You'll cactus open this right elbow. Gaze over the right palm. Twisting out through the core, starting to warm up the upper body, warm up the hips. Come back through center, hug the right knee in for one more breath, and then switch out the legs, engaging the core to make the transition. Interlace the hands around the left shin this time. Pull the left knee up to the left armpit. Point and flex the left toes. Breath in. Exhale, easy spinal twist. Left knee to the left knee to the right side of the mat. Cactus open, the left elbow, gaze over the left palm. Big breath in, fill up. Exhale, twist deeper. Just let yourself marinate in this twist for a moment. And then come back through center, hug both knees into the chest. We'll start to find a little rock and roll forward and back, starting to massage through the spine. Nice and slow to get us started. And then we'll come to a cross-legged position. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, find a twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand reaches back behind you. Draw the shoulders back, crown of the head up. Inhale, arms through center. Exhale, twist opposite side. Left hand to right knee, right hand back behind you. Rooting down through the sits bones, letting that nice long spine reach out through the crown of the head and then twist through the shoulders. Inhale, arms reach tall. Exhale, come to your tabletop pose. Readjust on your mat. Get those knees stacked right under the hips, the wrists right under the shoulders. Let's see who's texting me. Hopefully nobody about class. It is Caitlin. Hopefully everything's going well, Kitty. Let's see. Caitlin, I just can't address you, so I hope everything's going fine. Go ahead and drop the belly, lift the gaze for your cow pose. Exhale for your cat. Curl the spine, belly button pulls up and in, gaze comes in. Slowly drop the belly, lift the gaze, find your cow pose. Exhale, find your cat pose, pull it up and in. Start to match your own breath to your own movement. So if you want to bend into the hips, maybe you flip the hands back towards you. Find a rotation around those wrist joints. Continuing to move through your cat-cows. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Always finding your length on your inhales, your contraction on your exhales, and keeping that in mind throughout practice today. Come back through a neutral spine. You're going to plant through the left hand, peel the right arm up, open across the chest. We're going to find this in our forward fold, so feel how this sensation feels. Opening across the chest. Thread the needle, right cheek comes down to the mat, left fingertips reach forward out in front of you. When you're ready, bring that left hand to the right hip. Find a breath in. and a breath out. Left hand replants on the mat. Peel the right arm up. One more time, breath in. Exhale, top hand comes down. Inhale, left arm up, breath in. Plant down through the right hand. Peel the left shoulder back. Exhale, thread the needle. Left cheek comes down to the ground. Options with that right hand to reach it long on the mat or behind the back, reaching for that left inner hip. Breath in. Breath out. Top hand comes back down. Peel the left arm up one more time. Exhale, pulling it back down. Let's tuck our toes. Find our first down dog of practice. Plant firmly into the hands. Starfish out your hands. Index fingers facing forward. Hips lifting high. Press the chest towards your thighs. On an inhale, roll forward to your high plank pose. Readjust here so that your heels are over the ball mounds of the feet. The hands are right under the shoulders, or maybe your shoulders, you're coming up on the tippy toes and you're pressing the shoulders beyond the wrists, preparing for your chaturanga. Pull the belly up and in, squeeze the glutes, pull the quadriceps away from the kneecaps. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in. Downward facing dog, shift it up and back once again. Pedal out the feet, walk your dog, bend into one knee, lengthen into the other. Your downward facing dog is a great time to kind of reset between our flows during class. So when you're in this pose, let your brain kind of come blank. Let all thoughts wash away. You can do that physically by bringing the physical sensation of shaking your head, yes, shaking your head, no, just letting all of those thoughts fall out of the brain. As slow as we can, we're going to tiptoe our feet to the top of the mat, lengthening out through the hamstrings. We'll find a ragdoll pose when we arrive. Grab opposite elbows. Let the upper body hang super heavy. Breath in. Big breath out. Good. Release those elbows. Find a halfway lift. Your hands can either come to your thighs or your shins. Pull the crown of the head away from the hips. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. The crown of the head is going to be the last thing to rise until you make it into your Tadasana mountain pose. We did it. We're here. We have arrived. Palms facing down, rooting down through the feet, all four corners of the feet. Find a slight tuck of the tailbone and you'll feel that knit up the lower abs. Palms facing forward, shoulders drawing down. I encourage you to find moments in your day to stand in Tadasana pose. It's this really empowering pose where you feel connected with the earth, but you're also standing proud and tall. If you need some self-confidence throughout the day, go in front of the mirror and find your Tadasana mountain pose and own it. Inhale, arms reach all the way up to the sky, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach tall again. Exhale, forward fold. Today we're finding some twists in our forward folds and incorporating those into our twisted runner's lunges. So preparing here, we're going to plant our left hand into the mat, bend into the right knee, peel the right arm up. So this is very similar to what we were finding before our thread the needle pose. You'll bend into that left knee to allow the left hand to come down. Gaze towards the right fingers. Top hand comes down. Let's switch it out. Bend into the right knee, plant into the right hand, peel the left arm up. Gaze towards those left fingers. Top hand comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, extended mountain pose, arms reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move through our Surya Namaskars, our sun salutation. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Taking it nice and slow the first round, take your right foot to the back of the mat. Big, long step back. Hips are low, gaze is forward. Breath in. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Your left leg meets your right. Roll forward to a high plank pose. Dropping first your knees, then your chest, then your chin, all the way to the mat. Peel the chest up, baby cobra, elbows draw in by the sides. Exhale, come through bent knees, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches high on an inhale. Pause here in your three-legged dog. Dial your pinky toe down towards the mat. Punch your heel back behind you. You really want to spiral that inner right thigh up towards the ceiling. Draw your knee to your nose, shift forward. Step the foot between the hands. Again, hips are low, spine is long, gaze is forward, opening up through the hips. Step your left leg forward to meet the right. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Extended mountain pose, root to rise, arms reach tall. Exhale, forward fold, take it right back down. Next side, left leg reaches long for a low lunge. Big step back. Hips are low, spine long, gaze forward. Maybe you curl up the corners of your lips. And then find a downward facing dog. Your right leg meets your left. Roll forward to your high plank pose. Again, we'll drop knees, chest, chin, just to start. Elbows squeeze in by your sides, preparing for our chaturanga. Inhale for our upward face, our baby cobra. Exhale to a downward facing dog. This time, the left leg reaches high, three-legged dog. Pause here, really dial the pinky toe down, punch the heel back behind you. Good, spiral that inner left thigh up towards the ceiling. Knee to nose, curl the spine, and then step forward, low lunge. Fingertips stay down, gaze is forward. Step to the front of the mat. Inhale as you halfway lift, long spine. Exhale as you forward fold. Extended mountain pose, arms reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. In our second round, we're going to do all of that, one breath, one movement. So preparing ourselves, inhale your arms up tall, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your right leg reaches long. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down flat as a board. Inhale to a full cobra this time. Lengthen through the arms, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, push through bent knees or a push-up, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches high, inhale. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale as your left leg meets the right, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Extended mountain pose, arms reach tall. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Left side, left leg reaches long, low lunge. Right leg to a downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to a full cobra. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale as your right leg meets the left, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Third and final round moves a little differently. We're going to work our way through our full chaturanga if we're ready. Otherwise, continue to lower all the way down or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your right leg reaches long behind you, low lunge. Left leg finds it, high plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to an up dog. Exhale to a down dog. 3 rounds of breath in this downward facing dog. On your next inhale, come up on your toes, bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, extended mountain pose. One last side, forward fold, let it go. Left leg reaches long, low lunge. Right leg finds it, high plank. Shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, crack the heart open. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath in your down dog. Breath in. Exhale, press the chest towards the thighs. Again, melt the hands and the heels towards the mat. On your next inhale, come up on your toes, bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop your way to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, release, extended mountain pose. All right, y'all, Nola Vibe Yoga, Utkatasana chair pose. Woo! Sink your heels down and back. Reach the biceps up by the ears. Spiral the pinkies towards one another. Draw the heels down. Breath in. Breath out. Take that right arm back behind you. Open up. Gaze towards those right fingers. Pull the left knee back in space. Inhale, come back through center. Twist open to the left. Gaze towards those left fingers. Pull the right knee back in space. Sweep back through center. One more breath in. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step or hop your way back through plank and make your way back through your vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Few rounds of breath here in down dog. You can always grab a drink of water if you need. We are going to start into our first flow. So before we start into our first flow, we're going to find some handstand hops during class today. So everybody meet in downward facing dog. And if you want to watch me, feel free if this is new to you. But a handstand hop, we're going to start from a downward facing dog. And we're simply going to hop up off of these left toes so that the right heel pops up in the sky. If you are getting 1 centimeter off of the mat, that is a handstand hop. That is perfect. If you have full handstand in your practice, you're welcome to hop all the way up into a full handstand. We're just trying to get our feet above our heart for all of the benefits that provides. It's also just adding playfulness. So if you've never done it before, experiment, have a little fun, pretend like you're a little kid trying something new is all I can encourage. So downward facing dog, right heel reaches high, and we're gonna hop up in the air. As you land, make sure to bend into the left knee. If you want to find a little hang time, that's awesome. Just be careful if this is new to you. And then we'll take it to the left side. So popping that left heel up off the mat. Find hang time if that feels fun. Try to land as softly as possible. And we'll meet in a down dog. So we'll incorporate that into our flow. So be prepared. And again, have fun with it. Let's meet at the top of the mat, however you want to get there. Find a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold, extended mountain pose, arms reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, flow number 1. Inhale, arms tall. Exhale, forward fold. Plant into the left hand, peel the right arm up. Find that twist in the forward fold. From here, find perch pose. Draw the left heel to the left glute. Knees are in line with one another. So keeping this twist, and then step back, nice and slow, twisted runner's lunge. If you don't land exactly where you want to be, go ahead and realign. Peel the chest open, breath in. Exhale, top hand comes down. Low crescent lunge. Left knee is down, left toes are untucked. Sweep the arms up. Nice long side bodies here. We're really engaging this right hamstring by pressing through that right heel. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, knit the lower core in. Breath in. Exhale, half splits. Hands come down to the mat. Flex these left or the right toes back towards you. We're popped up on that right heel. Hands can either frame the front foot or stay back by the hips. Breath in. Breath out. Rock back forward. Find your low crescent lunge. From here, we transition to high crescent lunge. If your hands need to come down for support to prep, go for it. Otherwise, I would love for you to try from your low crescent to simply press up into your high crescent. Again, pulling the right hip back, left hip forward, long through the side body. Breath in. Breath out. We're going to stay here for a second. Can you deepen through the front knee? Can you engage the left leg? The right leg shouldn't be doing all of the work here. We're finding strength through the lower body, length through the upper body. Breath in. Breath out. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Hands come to heart center. Transition to face the left side of the mat. Bend into the left knee. We're going to come all the way down. So left toes facing at a 45-degree angle towards the back left corner. We're popped up on our right heel. Hands can be at heart center. Hands can be down at the mat. If you want to find a shoulder opener again, left fingertips outside of the left foot, peel the right arm up. You can find a bind, reaching for the outside of that left hip, maybe even reaching left hand around to connect behind you. Breath in, breath out. Twisted runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Once again, replant into the right foot, toes facing forward, peel the right arm up. From here, side plank. Your side plank, you can either step that right foot halfway down the mat for a little more support, or stack right foot on top of left. Flex the toes towards your shins, roll that top hip forward, find a breath in, lift up. Exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale to a heart opener of your choice. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Here is where we find those handstand hops. Right leg reaches tall, and the goal of our handstand hops is for eventually this left foot actually to hop halfway up the mat. So explore there, left foot's gonna hop halfway up the mat. Fingertips come up, warrior three. Lift up and out of this left hip, roll the outside of the right hip down, hands at heart center, extended out in front of you, or airplane arms. Here for 2 rounds of breath. Punch the right heel back behind you. Breath in, breath out. Curtsy pose. Drop those right toes off the mat, sweep the arms back behind you. Utkatasana chair pose. Woo! Heels reaching down and back, biceps by the ears. Breath in, breath out. Diver's pose. Come up on the toes, shift the hips back, lengthen through the legs, fingertips reach back behind you. Gaze over the front of that diving board, breath in. Exhale, chair pose, woo! Sink the hips down, find a breath in. And a breath out, pull that lower belly up and in. Exhale, forward fold, good work. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hand, step or hop back. Find your way through Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Find your way to the top of the mat. Step, hop, or jump. Taking the same thing, opposite side. Let's flow. Plant through the right hand, bend to the right knee, peel the left arm up. Perch pose, draw the right heel towards the right glute. Keep the twist. Slowly step back, twisted runner's lunge. Sink low in the hips. Open up across the chest. Breath in. Breath out. Top hand comes down. Low crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up. Find length through your side body. Reach long through the fingertips. Plant through that left heel. Feel the hamstring fire. Breath in. Breath out. Maybe you start to find an arch in the back. Gaze upward. Exhale, half splits. Hands come to frame the front foot. Flex the left toes towards you, keeping your spine nice and long. If you want to find a little bit of a cow-like spine here, you can. Reshift through the front foot. Sweep the arms up. Low crescent lunge. However you want to get there, high crescent lunge. Rise up. Our heel is stacked over the ball mound of our back foot, and we're finding a deep bend in the front knee. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. If this doesn't feel good in your lower back, you can always tuck that tailbone down and find a slight bend in the right knee. Should have a big bend in the left knee. Arms reaching tall, breath in. Breath out to stay, find your strength here. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend into the right knee, hands to heart center, or down on the mat. Like in anything, like in yoga, like in life, if you do not end up exactly how you want, you can always readjust. You are not stuck where you land. Hands can be at heart center. You can find that bind again if you'd like. Single or double arm. Open the chest, breath in. Twisted runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Left toes face forward, plant into the right hand, peel the left arm up. Side plank of your choice, stepping that left foot halfway or all the way down the mat. Lift the hips up. Flex the toes towards you. Roll that top hip forward. Big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Shift forward, lower halfway or all the way. Up dog on an inhale. Down dog on an exhale. Handstand hops, left leg high. However feels good to you. Can you find a little hang time? Once you find that hang time, it's super fun. It's a little scary, but that's fine. We're slowly hopping our right foot halfway up that mat. Hands come up for warrior three. Draw the outside of the left hip down. Lift up and out of the right hip. Breath in. Breath out. Curtsy pose. Left toe step off the mat. Sweep the arms back behind you. Extended mountain pose. Utkatasana chair pose. Woo! Y'all better be wooing with me. Don't leave me wooing by myself. Diver's pose. Lengthen through the legs. Come up on the tippy toes. Energetically reach the fingertips back behind you. Last time on this side, chair pose. Woo! Breath in. Breath out. Forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Find your way through a vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog for our second round of flow. Let's take a quick water break. Find a child's pose. Knees come to the edges of the mat. Forehead comes down, or grab a drink of water. If you're like me, I'm a camel during class. I am drinking so much. Let your heart rate come down for a moment. In through the nose, big breath in. Exhale through the nose. All right, let's start to move through this second round. Find a downward facing dog, take your hips high. We're adding on to the first flow, also changing things up a little bit, but incorporating a lot of the same. Come up on your toes, bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, root to rise, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the left knee. Peel the right arm up. Find your twisted forward fold. Into your perch pose. Left heel to the left glute. As slow as possible, step back, twisted runner's lunge. Draw the right knee towards the chest. And then sweep both arms up, high crescent lunge. Good, we've been here before. Squaring the hips forward, pulling the core in, sinking deep into the front knee. Breath in. Breath out. Twisted high crescent lunge. Hands come to heart center. Before you twist, take the crown of the head forward to give length, and then twist left elbow to outside of right knee. Gaze over the right elbow. Rights and lefts are so hard some days. Keep both legs super active. Bring all of your weight into your right leg. We're slowly stepping forward into a twisted chair. No woo required here. Stay focused. Can you keep that twist? Trying to draw hands to heart center as you use the elbow to knee connection. Pull the left knee back in space. Come through center, sweep the arms up, extended mountain pose. From here, a few breaths of joy. Inhale, arms tall. Exhale, sweep the arms down, let it go. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, throw it away. Good, inhale, arms up. Where are we going but Utkatasana chair pose? I can't see any of your reactions, so I'm just gonna do chair pose as many times as humanly possible in a single class. You'll love me for it, I hope. Hands to heart center. Find your twist to the right. Left elbow to right knee. Get those hands as close to heart center as possible. Bring all the weight into the right foot. Can you find your perch pose with the twist? It's not easy. Slowly step back, twisted crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up. Rainbow warrior. Rainbow warrior is an elevated version of your Skandasana. So we're not sinking the hips down. We're keeping the body a little more upright. Sweeping the arms over that left knee. Twisted runner's lunge. Stay low. Plant the left hand. Peel the right arm up. Side plank. Right foot on top of the left. Lift the hips up. From here, if you want to try flip dog, draw the right heel up and then step back behind you, reaching the right arm up overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, vinyasa. Maybe a single leg vinyasa. You keep the right leg lifted. Let it fall down once you find your up dog. Downward facing dog. We are not done yet. Three-legged dog, right leg high. Knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale, take it high. Knee to nose, crunch. Inhale high one last time. Knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Handstand hops for 3. Find your left foot halfway up the mat for 2. For 1. Woo! I got a lot of it in there. See, you can make sure you're being careful out there. All right, find your warrior 3. Hands come off of the mat. I'm going to have to watch that video back in slow-mo. Hands to heart center. Breath in. Pull the left hip in. Breath out. Shiva squat. Bring the right knee to the back of the left kneecap. Keep the hips nice and low. Breath in. Breath out. Extended hand to big toe pose. Come through a single leg Tadasana. Hold the right knee up. Peace sign fingers come around the right big toes. Stand up and out of that left hip. Punch the heel forward. Maybe the left hand rises. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more rounds of breath. You've got this. You are powerful. Slowly release. Keep that leg extended. Step to a pyramid pose. Feet are just about 2 feet apart. And then make sure they're on separate train tracks so that you can square the hips forward. Go ahead and fold the chest over that front thigh. Breath in. Breath out. It looks like we might go a little over that 45 minutes, friends. 1 more breath. Seated spinal twist. You're going to take that left knee, let it come down to the ground outside of the right ankle. Take the left arm tall. Left elbow outside of right knee. Reach long and tall through the crown of the head. Twist, keeping the shoulders open. Find your counter twist. And then find your boat pose. Speaking of boats, we have a chartered boat that we're taking in Tulum that we would love for y'all to be on. We're going to have a huge lunch, drinks all day in beautiful Tulum, Mexico, on a chartered boat. Whoever wanted anything else. And while you're in this boat pose, makes it a lot easier knowing that you're going to be on a boat in January. Again, let me know if you have any questions about the retreat. We'll talk a little bit about it after class. Draw the shoulders down and back. Palms up by the shins. Slowly lower to a low boat. Inhale to a high boat. 2 more times. Slowly lower, low boat. Scissor those feet for 3, 2, 1. High boat. Last time. Slowly lower, low boat. Click those heels together for 3, 2, 1. High boat. Cross the ankles. Step back to a plank pose. Find your way through a vinyasa if you want. Downward facing dog is where we meet, preparing for our last round of flow. Find a breath in. Find a clearing breath out. Come up on your toes, bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop your way to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, long spine. Forward fold, let it go. Extended mountain pose, root to rise. Exhale, take it right back down. Plant into the right palm, bend the right knee, peel the left arm up, twisted forward fold. Finding your perch pose, draw the right heel towards the right glute. Slowly step back, twisted runner's lunge. Draw the left knee towards the chest as you peel open. Sweep the arms up, high crescent lunge. Sink low in the front knee. Be powerful through both legs. Hands to heart center. Crown of the head reaches forward. Find your twist. Right elbow outside of left knee. Gaze past the left elbow. Keep the chest open. Breath in. Breath out. Bring all the weight into the left foot. Slowly step forward, twisted chair pose. Draw the right knee back in space. Keep twisting, hands to heart center. Breath in. Breath out. Sweep the arms up, extended mountain pose. 2 rounds of breath of joy. Big breath in, reach long. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to rise. Utkatasana chair pose. Woo, woo. Hands to heart center. Find your twist. Right knee pulling back. Hands squaring to heart center. Trying to find your perch pose in this posture. All your weight into the left foot. Right heel to right glute. Step it back as slow as possible. Twisted high crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up, high crescent. Rainbow warrior, our elevated skandasana. Arms sweep over the bent right knee, pop up on the left heel. Breath in. Staying low as you transition twisted runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Peel the left arm up. Side plank of your choice. And flip dog if you're ready for it. Let the left foot drop behind you. Reach left arm up overhead. Breath in. Chaturanga, maybe a 3-leg chaturanga. Lowering down. Upward facing dog on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Handstand hops. Let's see if I can control it a little bit better on this side. Slowly drawing up. On the third hop, you're hopping halfway up the mat. Finding your warrior 3. Lifting up out of the right hip, punching the left heel back behind you. Breath in. Breath out. Find your Shiva squat. Left knee behind the right kneecap. Arms sweep back behind. Breath in. Breath out. Single leg Tadasana. Left knee rises. Lifting up and out of the right hip. Peace sign fingers around the right big toe. Extended hand to big toe pose. On the left. Reach your right arm up if you're there. Find a breath in. This is our last bit of exertion here. Take it to your edge. Breath out. One more breath. Extend that left foot out in front of you. Slowly step forward, pyramid pose. Pull the left hip back. Fold over the left leg. Breath in. Breath out, fold. Good work, everyone. One more breath here. One more breath out. Seated spinal twist. Drop that right knee on the outside of the left ankle. Inhale the arms tall. Exhale, find your twist. Right elbow outside of left knee. Pull the shoulders back. Breath in. Breath out. Boat pose once again. Y'all, I really want to make you envious of this boat. So, talking about Tulum, we have 4 spots left on our retreat. Again, it's January 22nd to 26th. 4 nights, 4 days, 5 nights, all inclusive. We have everything planned. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, we have a chartered boat. We have a mezcal experience. We have days at the beach clubs in the hot part of Tulum where all the action is happening. We have opportunities to go out at night. We have a dinner in town. We have private chefs coming to the villa, and the villa is gorgeous. So if you have any questions, we're making it super reasonable. I hate to say this, I shouldn't say this. We're not making money. We're actually not making money off of this retreat. We just want to provide an awesome time, and we've been wanting to do this forever. So take advantage of this bare minimum cost retreat that we are providing. We would love to have you. Let me know if you have any questions. Breath in. Woo! Are our abs talking? I think they are. Breath out. Slowly let the heels come down to the earth. Let the back come down. Windshield wiper those legs side to side. Beautiful, beautiful work today, friends. I'm still a little shaken about my handstand hop that went too far. I hope everyone else felt safe and under control there. After you've windshield wiper those legs, we're going to just take one more little heart opener here, one bridge pose. So draw the heels under the hips, plant the hands by the sides, lift the hips up, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders under you, and then press down to lift up. Breath in. Draw the knees towards one another, breath out. One more breath. Slowly unwind, bring the hips back down to the earth. We'll windshield wiper the legs once again. Massaging out the lower back. And then find a happy baby pose. My favorite is peace sign fingers around the big toes and then letting the knees come out wide. That lower spine is nice and flat on the earth. Just opening up through the hips, across the chest. Find your breath. And we'll start to find a little movement, lengthening into one leg, bending into the other. Both legs go up to the sky. Plant that left heel down on the earth. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. A little supine pigeon pose or figure four pose here. If you'd like to draw the hands behind that left hamstring and draw the knees in, just to make that a little bit more exaggerated of a hip opener, please go for it here. Sole of that left foot comes down to the ground. We'll simply switch out our legs. So plant through the right leg, left leg comes high. And then find a figure four, flexing through the left ankle as you cross it over the right thigh. You can simply bring the hand to that inner left thigh to open the hip, or to make it a little more intense, draw the hands behind the right hamstring, draw the knees into the chest, but continue to use that left elbow to press out on the left knee. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath. Good. Extend both legs up and then let both legs come down onto the mat as slow as possible. Finding your way into your final resting pose of Shavasana. Let your feet splay out wide. Let the palms come facing up. Let the shoulders melt into the mat. Release any tension through the brow, through the jawline. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. And know that you can take as long of a Shavasana as you require today, but here together, for the sake of time, we're just going to take 3 full breaths. Big breath in, fill all the way up. Exhale as you melt. 2 more times, just like that, as slow and as intentional as possible. And then start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, hug the knees into the chest, and then roll up to an easy seated position. Hands come down by your side, sweep the arms up overhead. Connect the palms above you and then draw them down into your heart space. Breathe with a minute here. Draw the thumb knuckles up to the third eye for a rub of acknowledgement. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. We bow together as we say, Namaste. Thanks, yogis. It felt great to be with you, if only virtually. Reminder that Baye is going to be going live at 9 a.m. next Friday on December 20th, so be sure to catch her. If you have any questions about our Tulum retreat that's coming up, please shoot me a note, either from our Instagram account, Nola Vibe Yoga, or via email at info@NolaVibeYoga. And I miss y'all. Would love to flow IRL in January. Peace out.